Now let's move on to the next chapter at page 62, the noise pollution. Okay, I've already done air pollution. Now move on to the noise pollution. So, what is actually noise pollution? Now, when there are certain instances you'll feel that at home or when you're outside there's a sudden blow of shrieky horn from the vehicles. What do, you put your hands just on your ears and you try to uh, and you feel very irritated. Why? Because your ear has certain capacity of intaking sound vibration or sound noise. Okay, which is around 65 decibels. Now, a decibel is the unit for measuring the sound intensity. So, if you are, if 60 more than it is 65 decibel, your ears are not able to bear that. All right. So, especially the loud music at times is not, acceptable. So, what happens? It is also a kind of pollution that's being created in the environment. Especially it happens in the buses, cities. Especially it happens in the cities where there are buses, lorries, big cars. They are all applying all in various numbers. So what happened? We don't get sleep during the night time also, as well as during the day. Not only it creates pollution, but it creates noise pollution as well. So this pollution, this undesired and excessive sound is uh, the pollution which is that pollution is called the sound pollution. So what happens that if any sound which is more than that crosses 65 decibel is uneasy and it causes, you are mentally uneasy with that kind of noise. So, as you've noticed, or maybe like during there are certain silent zones or there are silent boards that are hung in front of the school or in terms of hospitals or any place. There's a horn, no horn zone. Like you cannot blow, no, you cannot blow horns. So that kind of when you have a horn sign and that's been crossed, that is the silence board that is hung especially near the school, hospitals and other institutions. And if you blow horn in those areas, that is completely forbidden. Forbidden means absolutely prohibited. You're not supposed to, and it is an illegal, and legal actions will be taken under such circumstances. Next is this noise pollution uh, is has a greater effect on the urban uh, population than on the rural areas. Why? Because sound pollution is something generated out of the cars, out of the buses, lorries, etc. Any vehicle, even from the aeroplanes. So what happens? So number of cars that are plying on the road are more in the cities than on the rural areas. So the rate of noise pollution is more in the urban areas, and the rate of illness related to noise pollution is more among the urban group of people. Now you have a chart where it shows the intensity of different sounds. First is sound of, that is loudspeaker, motor horn, generator, motorcycle. The intensity, that is the decibel, is 80. Then you have whispering in the ears, like loud music. Whispering in the ears is decibel is 20. Then you have sound within premises of a house, that is 40. When you're generally talking with people, it is 65. Then the vehicles which fly on the road, on a busy road, is 70. Then you have loud music, which is 90. Then you have jet plane that is flying at a distance of 300 meters is 100. Then sound of lightning, sound of factories, and that of breaking of any concrete that is building or anything is 110. And the sound of the siren is 130 decibel. So this is a chart where you know that what suits or soothing to our Yes, and what's not. Similarly, when there are students, shouting in the class is also a adds to noise pollution, because that time you people are not being within 65 decibels, you cross around 70 plus. So what happens, that's why it hurts the teacher's ears a lot. That's why we say keep quiet. This is it. So it is also sound pollution. So one must know that when somebody is speaking in a class or elsewhere, the sound should be little soft. Otherwise it directly hurts your ears, and many cases you actually fail, or your hearing capacity absolutely vanishes in the long run. Similarly, nowadays, since you have to do classes on a virtual mode, many of you put on earplugs to hear the teacher's voice clearly, and at the same time you're not hearing the outside noise, which is a good thought. But the noise, the intensity of which it is you're hearing, that might not be good for your ears. So it is always advisable to not to use earplugs much. Many people use it for hearing music, but it eventually you'll be seeing there is a pain at the back of your ears. Sometimes it happens. So that means that intensity of voice, or the output of your mobile is not suiting your ears. Maybe it is little more than your ears can take. So immediately that time you need to take out your earplugs and keep it away, and not to use for next 4 5 days. So these are certain uh, noises which creates a lot of pollution, which actually is not visible, but you have various physical troubles which you will incur in the long run. First is like the incapability to hear can, or the capability to hear can get reduced gradually as a result of noise pollution. People who mainly work in factories or any listen to loud music face such problem. Then when you are exposed to prolonged high volume and monotonous sound, that can bring irritation, tiredness and pain. As a result, one makes mistakes in the job and does not like his own work. Then what physical problems it causes? It causes high blood pressure, insomnia, because insomnia is like when you don't get enough sleep. If you always listen to music at night, loud music, especially not the soothing one, you absolutely do not get sleep. You are lack of sleep. You have heart diseases, you have eye ailments, nervous disorder, you have gastric and digestive problems. Now we come to the last part of the chapter, is the control of noise pollution. That is how we can control noise pollution. Best is we try, like when there is a noise which is more than bearable, rather which is unbearable, what we try to cover our ears and to prevent the noise that it is coming in. So how we can impede those noise, or how we can prevent that pollution? Best is like, if you can make walls of our houses where the or we can make walls within our houses, or the places which creates more noise, to put a silencer inside those uh, walls. Like in the factory buildings, if you place a silencer, there is a process of making a, so that noise is not going outside, that is restricted to that particular room only. Then there should be enough distance between the main road, where there'll be a lot of noises because of the cars and all, and the and um, like hospitals, houses, house complex, then you have schools. These residential complex and schools and hospitals should be little away from the main road, so that the blowing of horns does not affect them. Next is like there are certain machineries in the factories which needs to be oiled, to keep them mobile and to reduce noise. Then it is not desirable to blow horns unnecessarily when you have certain, if in the cities, if you have seen, there is a red light on, but still people will blow horns, which is never it is not at all desirable. Okay, so especially again, then playing radio, television, um, loudly with a loud volume is also not accepted. Then we can save ourselves from the by if you use earplugs, like if you uh, fly in aeroplanes or any places which has got more noise, they give you certain earplugs so that that noise does not hurt your ears. So next is like when the cities also need to be planned in a manner so that they're away from the factories and highways and the residential areas. And since noise pollution harms the individual, society, and the nation, there should be strict laws that should be formed by the government to restrict this pollution.